guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're out on a small stream. I fished this stream a few times over the summer, but that was like the last time that I was out on this stream. So this morning I got up and I had planned on fishing another river, but apparently we got some rain last night or something, and I mean, the rivers just shot up overnight. And so I spent like the first hour of the morning, maybe actually like 2 hours, just driving around to different little creeks to see, you know, where I could fish or whatever. But every creek I went to was like literally just blown out. So wasn't really expecting that. So it took me a little bit to find a stream where I could actually, you know, fish. Even this creek, you could see it's sort of high, but it's actually not like super like off color. It's a slightly off color and a little higher than I'd probably like to fish it at. But I mean, hey, you can't always pick your conditions, so you gotta kind of just deal with what you're given. But doing the intro late here, so you guys will see the video from here. But I mean, we've caught tons of fish, so I ain't gonna complain about the conditions really. So we'll go ahead and get into the fishing here, and hope you guys enjoy. All right, this is our first hookup. All right, guys, there is our first fish of today. He took the pheasant tail. Go ahead and get him released. Oh, it popped off. I actually believe that was a rainbow. There's a fish. Right over under that bush. Alright guys, we just got this beauty here. Nice good sized fish. And he came on the pheasant tail as well from right under that bush, as you guys saw. So we'll go ahead and get him back in and continue on up. So right now we're nymphing a stream. I fished this creek over the summer a few times when it got a little higher. It's a little spring creek, so it helps if the water's a little off color. There's pretty decent amount of midges coming off right now and a few blue-winged olives, but I haven't seen anything rise or anything like that. But we really haven't gotten into any like pools where they would rise, or I would be able to easily see them rise. So if we see any rise, we might make a few casts with a blue-winged olive or a midge. Oh, that is a good fish. That was a hard drift to make, but I was able to make it. No, don't go in there. Come up here. Hey, he's not as big as I thought, but still a decent sized fish. There's that fish. Probably a good 12 inches, nice and beautiful. Sometimes when you're fishing these like small creeks that are, the brush is overgrown on them really bad, it makes it really hard to get good drifts. But you kind of got to innovate. So like for this one right here, I just kept a little bit of tippet out the end of my rod and kind of flung it up there at the top, and then just kept the line real close to the bottom over here and just kind of let that float down. It's hard to explain when you got like a GoPro filming it, but I'll do it again here. So we got it, rod tips real low to the water, just so I can have it drift up under those bushes and not get caught. And you kind of got to lead your fly downstream so that you're almost dragging it, but you kind of just drag it at the speed of the water. It's almost like I guess another way to explain it would be like you're creating like a fake dead drift by pulling the fly down the stream at the speed of the, like whatever you think the water is flowing. So again, we got a tree overhanging here, and for these you really, I mean, I have just the tippet out the top of my rod. Keep my rod tip real low to the water and just make short little drifts so that I'm not getting hung up on that tree. There's a fish, he's right in there. I missed him and then I got caught in the tree behind me, but it was like a very light take, so might be able to get him to take again. All right. Stay down, bud, stay down. All right, that fish, he just popped out, but he was on the pheasant tail. Another nice solid fish. All right, so bad news is the GoPro turned off a while ago and I just noticed because I had to switch my rig. And so I went to go turn it off and it didn't turn off. So it was never on. So I actually caught a few fish since. I caught a little wild rainbow and 2 browns, I think. Maybe 3, but yeah, that's unfortunate, but the fish are still on, I'm pretty sure, so we'll see what else we can catch. All right, there's a fish. So I'm still running the pheasant tail, but I actually have this new little thing. It's almost like the little simple Baetis, but it's like a brown color. And I actually believe, yeah, he is on that fly. So that is a fly, that's a winner. That's gonna be back in the box for sure. Nice beautiful trout. There he goes. There's another fish. Wow, I think this fish is on that new fly again. Yeah, this little guy was on that new fly also. So yeah, I mean, this will be the test for it, but it's just a really fishy looking fly. I might do like a fly tying video on this one, even though it's basically the simple Baetis, but just the colors swapped. But I know some people will probably ask me how to tie it. Ah, I didn't scoop him and he popped off. All right, that fish was on that new fly again. I just got through that section. I was having a tough time. I don't know, I just kept getting hung up and stuff, but it's a little more open up through here, so we'll see what we can do up here. Hopefully, I'm sick of getting hung up. There's another fish. I believe he was on the pheasant tail. He popped off, but yeah. So as I was watching this back while I was editing the video, you could see here where the arrow is pointing. If you look closely, you could see a fish follow my flies downstream and then swim back upwards after I pull them out. But I lost that simple betas variant. I only have 2 of them, so I got the last one on. So if I end up losing this one, we're gonna have to use something else in place. But I hope we don't lose this, because it's actually been producing. Ever since I put it on, it's outproduced the pheasant tails so far. There we go. All right, so I've slowed down my approach again. I think I was just trying to move a little too fast compared to what I was this morning. So I slowed it down a little bit and got our first fish in a little while again. Nice little fish. So we're hooked up with, this looks to be a good size rainbow. Yep. All right, we just got this nice wild rainbow. Nice beautiful colors on him. He's a feisty one. Like all rainbows. He's ready to go. There he goes. Alright, so there's the tag nymph that I'm using. Like I said, it's just like a little variation of that simple betas. And then on the point, we're just running a pheasant tail jig. And most fish have been on the pheasant tail so far, but ever since I threw that little simple betas variation on, I've had a few fish take that as well. And I just caught that rainbow out of that run right there. So we're just going to continue up through here and having a heck of a day, lots of fish, and enjoying the day out. Nice sunny day and warm sun on my back. I always get super excited for winter to come around, but then once winter has been here for a while, I'm ready for spring. All right, hooked up with another fish here. This is a nice fat little brownie up there gorging himself in that run. I'm gonna get a picture of him and then we'll, well, never mind, there he goes. But yeah, he came out of that run right there just gorging himself. All right. I thought we were maybe turning off there for a little bit, but that's 2 fish in a short little span. Oop. He just popped off. All right, hooked up again here. See if we can land this one a little quicker. All right, he was on the pheasant tail. I think I'm actually gonna switch out that simple betas variation and put like a little olive imitation back on. Maybe actually just like the regular simple betas. Oh, no, no, no. Oh my goodness. So miraculously, I didn't really get hung up from that. And we got the fish out. Jeez. First fish we've picked up in a little while. Nice little spots on him. All right, hooked up here again. So this is actually the first fish to take the simple baetis. Get him back in here. There we go. All right, so it actually looks like this fish is also on the simple baetis. Yeah, that fish was also on the simple baetis. So they seem to have maybe switched over to something a little smaller, maybe. If I don't get many on the pheasant tail here shortly, I'll probably switch over to like a little France fly, keep the baetis on, and just kind of use 2 small flies. Thought that was a snag on the bottom. Tiny little fish though. And again on the simple baetis. So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna switch it just yet. I'm not gonna switch out that pheasant tail just yet, just because I'm kind of in some good water, and if they're feeding, I don't want to waste time. But I think once I get past this water, we'll probably switch over to a smaller fly, because they don't seem to be taking this pheasant tail anymore. Oh wow, I was just lifting my, oh, there he popped off. I didn't get a good hook set on that fish. I thought I made like a false cast that wasn't good, so I was just getting ready to recast. All right, so we're about midway up where I had planned on fishing, and I'm actually moving a little slower than I thought, because it's already about 3 o'clock. I think I started fishing here maybe around 11:30. So I've already actually been fishing for maybe about 4 hours. I thought about maybe just packing it up here, going to get something to eat, and then heading to like a different stream. But I'm not really sure. I feel like every time I do that, I always wish I just would have stayed on the stream. So I think I'm gonna just continue up through here for maybe like another hour or so. Maybe a half hour for not really catching much. And if I don't spend too much time here, maybe we'll head over to a different creek and see what else we can get. All right, so I just caught another fish. It was actually a pretty decent size. I don't know if the camera got it though. My GoPro has just been acting weird today. I know I for sure lost some footage from today. There we go. This fish, it looks like he's on this new fly that I tied up. I saw it on Instagram. It's like basically it's a tinsel body, and you twist the tinsel and it gives it like this ribbing look and sort of makes it a little thicker than you would, you know, typically see for like a tinsel body fly. I thought it was pretty interesting. I've never seen one like that before. And we're hooked up again here. You know what? He just popped off, which is fine, but for some reason I couldn't get my net set straight. Oh, he popped off too. Tried to pull him down here fast because this is a really nice run and I didn't want him to spook the rest of it. Just caught another one here. There's a nice hole up here, I think, that's coming up soon that I'll probably fish, and I think that's maybe where we're gonna call it. That's that fish there. There's another fish. I have a feeling there had to be one in there that was willing to take my fly. So he took that new little fly. These fish all got little fat bellies now because they're all eating the flies. Nice little hatch today. I'm sure there's been hatches coming off other than today also. On to a good one again. Ooh, he popped off as well. I don't know why they keep popping off. I checked my hook points. I think it's just because I'm like sort of really crammed in here, so I gotta like play the fish weird and make sure that my rod doesn't go up into the trees. Got another little guy. This has to be like literally fish number, I would say 40. He's got a nice fat little belly too. Nice beautiful colors on him. Get him back in. Yeah, I mean today has just been unreal. As far as like me personally, it hasn't been the best day. I've had tons of snags, had to re-rig a ton of times. I don't know, I'm just a little off today. I think it's maybe just my lack of sleep that I got, but as far as, I can't complain though, because as far as like the fishing goes, fishing has been on fire, and we've caught tons of fish, so no complaints there. Right from by that log, just like I expected him. There he is. All right, this will probably be our last fish right out of this run here. I think I'm gonna give this top hole one chance. I'm probably gonna fish it with like a little micro streamer real quick, and then we'll kind of head out from there. Not a bad fish to end it on though, because I don't know if we'll catch anything up there or not, but beautiful little fish. And probably one of the better sized ones of today. I just finished up at that hole there where I said that I was going to turn around, and I decided to just let the little micro streamer run through there a few times just to see if maybe we can entice like a bigger fish, but nothing out of there. Probably should have just kept the nymphs on, but they're already off, so we're just going to end it here. I got to get walking back to my car. It's actually probably only about 4:30. I probably technically could fish for a little bit longer. I mean, they were still biting the nymphs, but I got a little walk back to the car now, and we've caught plenty of fish, so I'm pretty satisfied at this point. It's pretty nice when you catch so many fish that you're satisfied and are able to leave early. So I wasn't really expecting much, because when I woke up this morning and checked the gauge for the stream that I was supposed to go to, everything was blown out. So I ended up, you know, driving around to a few mountain streams. I checked like 3 streams before I came here, and they were all blown out as well. So pretty happy that I was able to find some water that was fishable and the fish were, you know, willing to eat. So we're getting into that spring season. I mean, all these fish were super fat. Bugs coming off today. Feels great to have the sun out and, you know, fingers aren't freezing. So I can actually tie on rigs and, you know, you're not afraid to lose stuff because, you know, you can tie your rig on a little faster than you can in the winter with your hands all frozen up. So yeah, it's just a great time of year, great feeling. Hope everybody else is getting out on the water and starting to enjoy the season. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up here. Don't forget to leave a like on the video if you wanna see more videos like this in the future, and leave a comment below for any suggestions for future videos, and let me know what you thought of this video. Like I said, I hope you enjoy, and until next time, peace.